Hey, it's John. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, what I want to do is break down for you how I offer, sell, or pitch, whatever word you want to use, my group coaching program, the Webinar Launchpad, that sells for $19.97. So if you're selling anything under $2,000, could be a course, group coaching, workshop ticket, whatever you're doing, and you're looking to sell something directly from your webinar, meaning you're just directing people to that offer without a sales call, without any of those things, then this is how I'm currently offering my program and selling my programs during my webinars, which is working very well. This very presentation that I'm using as an example has made me over $500,000 and counting as of this recording. So I know it works and it's a proven framework. Shout out to a guy named Jason Fladlian. Some of you may know him. He was a huge influence on me years ago when I was learning webinars. I read his book and modeled some of his stuff, kind of synergized it with some of the things that I've tested. So you may see some of those elements here in this presentation. So let me go and just jump in. So the first thing you want to do is actually introduce the program. So this is pretty basic, but it's worth mentioning. We're just going to introduce the name of the program. So at this point in the presentation, I've already done the content, which is very important, by the way. A lot of the sale happens in the content section. But I've already done the content. We've transitioned to an offer. I'm now making my offer to those attendees. And so the first thing I do is I'll say something like this on this slide. I'll say, so with your permission, what I'd like to do is extend a special invitation offer to the Webinar Launchpad 3.0. That's literally, I'm just introducing the product. And then instead of going into the features right away, I start with the big outcome. So I'll say something like, in the next 6 weeks, because it's a 6-week program, I will personally mentor you on how to use my AI-powered tools and frameworks to create your sales webinar in record time. So I'm starting with the big outcome. Give me 6 weeks and we'll do these things. So if you're selling something that has a length to it, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, a great way to frame the big outcome is in X amount of time, you will do this, or we will do this. And it's a great way to start off your offer, your pitch, whatever you want to call it, because you're starting with a clear big outcome. So we introduce the program, we talk about the big outcome. We don't just jump into features yet. And then I'll share my promise with you. So my promise to you is if you use my tools and frameworks coupled with my guidance, you'll create your sales webinar in 6 weeks, or I'll work with you another 30 days to make sure you do. So this is just, again, reassuring people that, hey, I'm in your corner. Like we're gonna get this done. And then I like to share who this is for. So this is for you if you're a coach, consultant, or course seller, service provider who wants to optimize their offer and sales message. So that's sort of, again, high level stuff to bring in more customers and clients using webinars and online presentations and do it in a way that feels professional and on brand to you. That's kind of the big outcome. Again, we're talking about who it's for. So what it is, big outcome, who it's for. Very clear. People are very clear on the outcome at this point already and who it's for. Then I share very briefly what I call the high-level details, the high-level logistics of the program. People do want to know how it's delivered. So what's involved in the delivery. But we don't want to start with that. We start by introducing the program, talking about the big outcome, who it's for, all those kind of things. This is what I'm doing and having good success with. Would recommend for you too. But we do want to share, again, a bit of the details. So I'll say something like, this is a brand new version of my program with my highest converting frameworks and newly created AI software. I'll share that it's a 6-week small group program, and I'll even share the starting dates for the program. In this case, it was in September through November, where I was hosting this 6-week group coaching experience. Okay, so we want to just make sure they understand a bit of how it's delivered. I always like to caveat if it's a time-based thing. If those dates don't work for you, you can still get access to all the recordings and all those kind of things, etc. So you want to de-emphasize the need to be there during those dates 100%. Then I go on to say how you get weekly access to me for coaching and a group of peers who are working alongside of you. I talk about how I'm going to help you with your offer positioning, your sales messaging, traffic strategies. I talk about how they're going to get instant access to a learning portal that takes them through everything from planning, creating, setting up, promoting, and following up on with their webinar. So I kind of go through the modules at a very high level. Key mistake a lot of people make is they spend too much time talking about the features. but people do want to know the features and how it's delivered. So you need to touch on it, but at a high level. Talk about that they're going to get access to 13 different AI tools, some of which I've demonstrated on the webinar previously, that's going to help them create the pieces of their program quicker. And so that's really the end of the logistics. And then I just go high level. The first thing you're going to do when you join is we're going to create. You're going to use my tools and slide decks to create your presentation. Then we're going to help you learn how to promote, to get people excited to show up, and then ultimately how to host an engaging webinar that both delights and excites your audience and gets people to buy from you. So again, that is it. Like, that is my entire overview of the core Webinar Launchpad program. I'm not going into millions of details on how many videos they're going to get, how many different things they're going to get. That is literally what I just walked you through is all that I go over when it comes to the core offer. Because the core offer, when you're doing a direct sale like this, is really not the most important thing. It's the stuff, it's the resources, if you want to call them bonuses, whatever you want to say, around the core program that really sells it. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. And then what I do in this case is I actually start sharing the price. So I'll go through, again, all of the key things here. And then I'll go through high level of what they're going to do. That's it. And then I talk about, and I do a little bit of price anchoring. So I'll say private clients pay me as much as $39,000 to do this process for them. And I prove that with a $5,000 deposit, $34,000 wire transfer. People pay me $5,000 just to look at their webinar. I prove that as well with some screenshots. And then I share the price, the pay in full price, the full pay price of the program. So, but you can go through that same process for a one-time investment in a small group environment for just $19.97, right? And so I literally am just sharing that price right after the core program. And that is the final price. So I do a little bit of price anchoring and then I share the price. That's what we want to do. Now, why do I share the price here and not wait till the end? The reason for that is because I want to build value behind the price with the bonuses, with the resources. If I was selling this for $197, a lower ticket offer, I would end with price because in that case, price is the wow factor. But in this case, and I have another video on this, in this case, the price, the $19.97 price is not a big wow reveal. People aren't going to say, wow, that's it. Like, it's a decent investment for a lot of these folks who are on here to purchase this program. And so what I want to do is just get that out of the way up front. I talk about the core offer and then I share the price, the full pay price. So people know what it is. And then I don't tell them where to go yet. That's a mistake. Don't drop the link here to have people purchase. Share the price and then build value through your bonuses, through your resources behind a price. So when you're selling something lower priced, $100 to $500, let's say $100 to $300, I would end with the price after the bonuses. In this case, I would talk about the core offer, then share the price. If it's, over $500, $500 or higher, I would share the price right after you talk about the core offer that you just went through. Then back it up with bonuses. You want to end with value when the price is not the wow factor. Hopefully that makes sense. So anyway, I share the price. Then I go into sharing what you could call the bonuses or the resources. If you don't like the word bonus, that's fine. You can delete it. You don't need to make up a bunch of inflated bonuses to have success with webinars. But you do want to highlight some of the features or some of the resources, even stuff that's in your core program, and make sure that your bonuses, your resources do what I call solving problems with solutions. Okay? You want to add significant value. You want people to feel like they're getting a great deal to justify the price point. Okay? So one of these bonuses I give is, who would like lifetime access to my AI tools so you can build 1, 10, or 100 different webinars, which is totally true, at no monthly cost. Well, the first thing I want to give you is ongoing lifetime access to these this brand new toolbox. Then I show them the toolbox again and talk a little bit about that, and that's the first bonus I give them. What problem does that solve for them? Well, it allows them to, without being in haste, create as many webinars as they want, and these tools will actually help them write the webinars. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out of doing that. So that's the problem that it solved. Then I just share a little restack slide. This is nothing new here. You get the core program, you're going to get the bonus, you're going to get the lifetime access. Then I move to the next bonus or the next resource, which in my case are done for you slide decks. And I talk about how that's going to save them time and money. One of the biggest problems people have with webinars, they struggle to structure and put together a slide deck. They can spend literally months doing it, and it really takes away from getting their webinar done. So what I do is just give them a template that's already been put together, all those kind of things. And then I talk about really how building this webinar is going to be as simple as using my scripts and AI tools to write the words, and then using the slide decks to put them together. I share a few case studies of people who saved time and stress and frustration around that. So you can share some case studies. Excuse me. Get a quick sip of coffee here for some social proof. And then I kind of reshare the whole offer very briefly. Then I go to the next bonus. So basically, what's the first problem people have with webinars? Well, they don't know what to say or write. Well, great. I'm going to give you these AI tools and scripts. Maybe they don't know how to put together their slide deck. No problem. We're going to give you this to help you structure that. Now, once people have their presentation, what's the next problem? Well, they might not know how to write emails or post on social media to attract people to their webinars. And so the next thing I give them are all of my emails and page templates. And I walk through what those look like and I share that I have some AI tools that can help them write their emails in moments, all that kind of stuff. And so I'm solving that problem for them by providing solutions. That's the key takeaway for your bonuses, or call them resources, or whatever you have in your program. And you don't even have to make anything new. A lot of times you already have these resources in your program. You could just pull out and highlight like this on your presentation to increase the desirability of your offer. Okay? So we have that. And then I talk about, maybe you're worried about getting people to attend. That's the next problem people might have. So you can see as I'm sharing these bonuses, I'm highlighting, I know the sequence of problems. That's a key writer-downer for you. What are the sequence of problems that your ideal buyer would encounter in my case, doing a webinar, in your case, doing what you're doing? The first thing for me, obviously, is writing the words. I help them with that. Then creating the slides, I help them with that. Then writing the emails and stuff, I help them with that. Now it's maybe they don't think they can get people to attend their webinar. And then I talk about how they don't need a huge audience. I share a few examples, talk about some of my results, powering up with partners and how you can partner with other people. So that's my next bonus, is I share how they can use partnerships to fill their webinars to help them address that problem or concern, talk a little bit about what the features are of that. And then I share that as well. I also talk a little bit, what if you don't have an offer, right? I know that's an objection that people have. And then I give them a little program to help them with that. And then I give what I call a fast action bonus. So what I'll say is for the first 40, if it's a bigger webinar, I'll say for the first 40 to pay the $19.97, which I've already shared, they're going to get a personal presentation review with me. And I've already proven I've sold that many times at $5,000. So I feel more than comfortable sharing that value on my webinar. And so that is the fast action bonus. So fast action bonus is a really great way to, and this is only for people that are live on the webinar that pay the full price. This bonus is perfect for you. Again, if you're selling those kind of courses under 2K, give an offer, some kind of a one-on-one with you. This sells really well. I've literally had people rebuy my offer just to get this program. And then I like to share a few case studies and those kind of things and recap the offer, remind them of the price again. Hey, people pay me $39K to do it for them, $5K to review it. You can go through that same process in a small group environment for just $19.97, and remind them of the fast action bonus again. Then you want to tell them where to get started. So if you're on Zoom, you can just tell them, hey, I'm going to drop a link. It's going to take you to a page that looks like this. You're going to fill out the form with your information. You're going to choose your pricing option, enter your payment details, and hit that complete order button at the bottom. So I actually like having screenshots of the page that it's going to go to. And I just literally hold their hand and walk them through the process. I even show a picture of my confirmation page and tell them they're going to get an email. You just want to make them feel comfortable, like your stuff. Like here's what's going to happen when you purchase. I think that's a powerful little wrinkle to have in your presentation. Remind them right after you've made your call to action. So this is where they actually go and start buying. after you drop a link or whatever, remind them once again of all the big stuff they're going to get. You're going to get 13 tools, slide decks that are already put together for you. I'm even going to have a designer help you build your slide deck. And for the first 40, you're going to get this session with me. So remind them of the big benefits of buying your program. Then I like to share the call, if there's a guarantee. In this case, I had a 14-day money-back guarantee. And then I'll remind them, I haven't really mentioned it yet, but at this point, I'm going to share the installment plan. So, hey, if $19.97 is a bit of a stretch, you can still get started today for just 6 monthly installments of $379. So I'm almost downselling in a way by reducing risk and reducing price at this point in the presentation. Then I share a few case studies. Again, check with your legal team. I'm not a lawyer, on appropriate case studies for your business and sharing numbers and those kind of things for your business. And then this is the final page that I'll actually leave up during my Q&A. So if you're doing a live webinar, this page I leave up. I'm always on video on the corner to kind of recap. So I'll recap the offer one more time and leave this page up during the Q&A because you want people to be able to see the entire offer the whole time. Right? So don't end on a slide that says Q&A. I see that a lot. You actually want to leave the offer up in its entirety so that people can see it. They again, understand it, and then spend as much time as you can during the Q&A section answering questions. It's not a bad idea to have a couple of frequently asked or should ask questions in your back pocket in case it gets slow in your webinar. But I'll stay on as long as people are asking good questions, as long as I'm making a sale or two every once in a while. I'll stay on another hour plus sometimes in a 60-minute presentation to help people answer their questions and those kind of things. And so anyway, hopefully this was helpful to put out for you. I did have a couple of little videos, technicalities here. Hopefully my editor was able to just kind of get those out of there. But overall, hopefully this was super helpful. Again, feel free to rewatch this video. So if you'd like to get a copy of my 7 key elements to a high converting webinar PDF, including the part that we just went over, but 6 additionals, go ahead and go into the description below this video. Click on that link after watching this video. Go ahead and download that. Use that as a resource for all of your sales presentations, all of your webinars in the near future. Go ahead and click on that. That's it for this video. If you'd like to get more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment if you have a quick question, and I look forward to making another video for you in the near future. Talk to you soon.